What if World War II never happened? Imagine waking up in a world where one of the biggest, bloodiest, most world-changing events in human history just never happened. No Hitler, no Nazis, no Allied versus Axis powers, no D-Day, no mushroom cloud in Japan. Just a giant empty space in the history books between 1939 and 1945. So, what would the world look like? Let's dive in. First of all, technology. Believe it or not, war, especially really massive ones, are weirdly good at speeding up innovation. In our real timeline, WO2 pushed the world to invent radar, computers, jet engines, even microwaves. Yes, the thing you use to reheat your sad leftover pizza came from war tech. Without the war, we might have been stuck with rotary phones and black and white TVs for a lot longer. Someone in 2025 could still be yelling, "What do you mean Netflix isn't available on VHS?" Now let's talk politics. Without WO2, the world might never have seen the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. No Cold War, no space race, no spy movies where someone says, "I'm too old for this," before jumping out of a helicopter. Also, no United Nations. That's right, no fancy meetings where world leaders sit around pretending to agree on stuff. The UN was created after WO2 to prevent future wars. So without it, we might still have every country doing their own thing, like a giant group project with no teacher. Europe would look very different too. No war means no destruction. Cities like London, Warsaw, Berlin wouldn't have been bombed into the Stone Age. But also no Marshall Plan to rebuild them, no European Union, and maybe, just maybe, the British Empire would have stuck around longer. Tea and colonialism for everyone. And what about Germany? Well, no Nazis, no Holocaust, millions of lives saved. That alone would change the course of history in ways we can't even count. Jewish communities across Europe would have continued growing, Einstein might have stayed in Germany, and the entire modern conversation about human rights would be totally different. But also, without that painful history, Germany today might not be the peaceful, deeply reflective country it is. You don't come out of a crisis like WO2 unchanged. The war shaped not only borders, but minds. Okay, Japan. No atomic bombs, no Hiroshima or Nagasaki, no surrender in 1945, which means Japan might have stayed an empire much longer and not turned into the peaceful, Pokemon-producing, vending machine-filled wonderland we know today. Oh, and no war, no Israel, at least not in 1948. The creation of the State of Israel was heavily influenced by WO2 and the Holocaust. So that opens a whole other what-if dimension of Middle Eastern history. And then there's the global economy. WO2 was basically a giant reset button. It got the world out of the Great Depression. It turned the US into an industrial powerhouse. Without it, we might have stayed stuck in economic sludge, with people still trading chickens for coffee. So, fewer inventions, a different balance of power, maybe fewer global organizations, and probably, hopefully, way fewer tragedies. But here's the twist. A world without WO2 doesn't necessarily mean a world without war. Tensions were already building. Fascism was rising. Countries were picking sides. If WO2 didn't happen, something else probably would have. Maybe a war in the 50s, or a massive Cold War that turned hot. The ingredients were already in the pot. WO2 just lit the fire. And let's be real, humans are really good at finding reasons to fight. Someone would have invaded someone eventually. It's like Thanksgiving dinner with your extended family, peaceful for 5 minutes until someone brings up politics or says pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. So yeah, a world without World War II would be different, quieter, maybe more advanced in some ways, or maybe way behind. We'd have fewer scars, but also fewer lessons, which brings us to you. If World War II never happened, do you think the world would be better or worse? Would we be more peaceful, more united, or would we just find new reasons to mess everything up? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.